Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Gento. I know you guys are still having a lot of fun with 2K13, but today we're here to talk about 2K14, what we expect to be in the game, what we expect to be changed, and by we, I mean I have someone huge in the 2K community. Go ahead, man, do your thing.
You know who it is. You don't, it's your boy Shake. And we are definitely both here to kick some of the actual factuals with you about NBA 2K14. And, maybe we get some of you guys to write in the comments some of your thoughts and some of your, your hopes and maybe some of your ideas that we can push over to the dev team.
Definitely, man. It's so much, and the list continues. So who knows? We may have to add on to it in, let's say, about 2 to 3 months. Because hey, aren't they supposed to be doing another patch or an update or something? I heard rumors, but they're just rumors. So
yeah, my thoughts on patches when it comes to the 2K dev team is that you have to understand that once they put a game out, they pretty much begin working on the new game. Pretty much, I think it's somewhere around a month right after the game comes out. And I think they take a little bit of time off during the Christmas holidays. But they usually just start, they get right to it. This is a job for them too. And, it's not like they take a huge break. So 2K14 is what they're really, working on. But, there is a division that handles a lot of the patches and the problems and the updates and the DLC and, things for 2K13. And so the guys that I'm familiar with are already working on the new game, but at the same time, if there were problems in 2K13 that weren't fixed, they are still the right people to, send over information and for them to get that information to the right people to get the game fixed. So I'm assuming that there is going to be another patch of some sort, to, iron out the rest of the wrinkles that are still in the game.
right. I just hope it isn't one of those patches that kind of deteriorate gameplay, like with the skills, and it just feels different now. Like someone can come down court with their big man and it's nothing I could do about it. I can't reach in because it's an automatic foul. So hopefully in 2K14, that's one thing I want fixed. They need to, I'm not saying bring it back to how it was release day where you could just spam X in game just like you could do in Blacktop, but fix it, like just some sort of balance. So someone can't do that. You can't come down court with Dwight Howard with dribble moves and do what you want, because that's unrealistic.
Yeah, they did a great job of incorporating realistic, player movements and ball handle from people that are not capable of ball handling and crossing over. You don't see, someone like, Anderson Varejao, or even worse, somebody like, like Dwight Howard coming down, crossing people up. But the problem is defense was overlooked in some regards. And, they did put out a patch that kind of, it's like they couldn't find that soft balance, that medium. They had an area where they needed improvement on defense, from the blacktop. And it was overlooked. I mean, 2K, it's like 2K12. You could block somebody's shot with your forearm, or with your elbow. You could jump in the air and forehead a block shot, And so in 2K13, they changed it to where you can't even. There's no blocking animations. You barely get blocks, and it's kind of crazy. And then once they put out the patch, if you even try to play defense, aggressively, you're gonna get called for a foul, especially, again, like you said, if you have a center dribbling the ball, someone who's used to getting steals like a Scottie Pippen can't rob a Patrick Ewing, and it's kind of like I said, it's that happy medium. They just couldn't get that right. So you never know. Maybe the next patch, if there really is a final patch, and again, 2K is not the company that I kind of look to do daily hot fixes, and I don't see them making month-to-month patches. So if they do make another patch, if they do put another one out there, and keep in mind when they do put patches out there, it takes about a month for it to get approved. for Microsoft to approve it. And same thing with with PlayStation. So they have to send that approval out, and some more time goes into it. And there you go.
Right, man. That's how it is. Let's get into it, man. This mode, everybody was begging and fiending for this mode. This one mode, crew. They already mentioned that it's a very large possibility that crew will be in 2K14. But what I would like to see in crew in this new game is just make it much more organized than 2K11, meaning have like a ranking system. Like, let's say you get certain unlockables if you get like 50 wins opposed to somebody who has just 10 wins. Like something like that. Even with the new blacktop mode, if they do decide to bring it back, just just make it some, let's say even sleeves, whatever it may be, certain jersey designs, anything. Just make it more organized because in 2K11, I actually started playing crew towards like the end of 2K11. So I really didn't play it that much, but from what I did play, it was missing a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. It was a fun mode indeed, but it just seemed like it could have been more organized and you should have been rewarded more.
I hear what you're saying. In my opinion, the secret to longevity in the video game, genre when it comes to multiplayer online, and I consider crew multiplayer because you have several people on other teams and one team. I think the secret to that is accessibility. And I was having a great conversation with a friend of mine, my buddy Smitty. Shout out to Smitty, and he knows where I stand on this topic. Most people that are listening to this conversation, if they want to be real with themselves, I want to say most. I want to say a good 80 to 90%. Most of the people that are listening, if I ask them what's their most played game, most of them are gonna say, even though this is a 2K video, most of them are gonna say Call of Duty. And the reason for that is the accessibility. You can just turn on the game, hop into a match, and hop out. You don't need to have, you don't have to wait for your friends to come in like you do in crew. You don't have to wait, for a specific amount of players to show up. You're not screwed when people quit. I mean, you are screwed when people quit, but you know what I mean. In crew, it's over for you. If your teammates quit. In a lot of cases. But I think if they were going to bring back crew, I would push for accessibility. I would push for, a way for them to present that mode where we can just jump in. And my actual thought on the idea of them bringing back crew, since they made so much money with the VC and people buying their characters out and buying outfits and buying gear and buying animations and stuff like that with VC, I'm thinking they're going to expand on that. If you go back to 2K12, they had the NBA like some kind of street mode. I can't remember what it was. It was like the Legends mode or something. And you played on the streets. You played horse, you played 3-on-3. Well, now you have 3-on-3 blacktop. And I'm just throwing this out there. Don't quote me. I mean, quote me on it if 2K14 comes out and this is part of the game. But, it seems like they may bring back the pickup games with more accessibility. And I'm not saying that it's going to be just like it used to be. But what I'm assuming is that, they may come out with something, 5-on-5. If you have 4 or 5 friends, let's say you have 4 friends with you, you get into a lobby and it's going to be 5, you get your 5, and then the rest of the other team fills up with 5 other players. You know what I mean? Just like a Call of Duty game, and you get your own rank, you get your own skill points or whatever at the end of the game. I don't know if it's going to be crew, but it'll be very similar to lobby. I'm hoping, I'm almost, putting this out there that, it would be something like that along the lines of that form of accessibility. If you do have a league play or something that's like crew, that would be great. But I for one, I'm one of those guys that would love to be able to hop into a basketball game, say, hey, grab 4 of my friends, We fill up a lobby, the other team fills up, and then we just play. You know what I mean? And you're rewarded the whole game through. I'm not saying that it needs to be arcade, but what I am saying is that, you get in, you have a good time, you play with your friends. The lobby is just like a Halo lobby or a Call of Duty lobby. You know what I mean? In between rounds, people leave, people come in. It should be very accessible. And to be honest with you, if they're gonna do anything like this, they need to go ahead and do it. Even if they have to put it on a separate disc, even if they have to sell it, yeah, exactly. Even if they have to sell it on the side, I think that the reason why we play Call of Duty as much as we do, and Halo and these shooting games, the reason why the shooting genre has taken over, is because of that accessibility and that easy transition. I would just love to turn on 2K13, hop into a lobby that looks similar to the blacktop lobby now, but with realistic heights, instead of everybody standing together looking exactly the same height, get into a lobby and just play. Check people's player cards, see what they're good at. This man has 1,700 assists. This other guy is a good passer. This other guy's a good shooter. Those kind of things. See who I'm playing up against and, have a good time.
Right. And I think that'll actually make it more realistic because just imagine, like, say you go to the court right now. There's going to probably be people already in game and you're just going to sit on the side and just wait and call next. So that makes it more realistic if you can do that.
Absolutely. I don't think they need to make, lobby sessions and things like that. They could have several different modes. I've presented this idea to them already. I'm throughout the span of time between now and the release of 2K14. I am sending them lots of ideas, and these are not all of my own ideas. So, like 90% of them are, but the other 10% come from my viewers on my channel and people that I talk to over Xbox Live. So if you're listening to this video and you have an idea, I strongly recommend you reaching out to me, or even Gento could send me some ideas. Anybody can send me ideas, and I can send them over to the devs. I already know who the lead programmers are and the lead directors for 2K14 are, and we can get some of these ideas over to these guys and see if they can present it for 2K14.
Right. I was thinking, we're both Call of Duty players. We've both obviously played Modern Warfare 2. There was this one perk in Modern Warfare 2 that I think would play a huge part in 2K14. One-man army. You can adjust to the situation. So the reason I'm saying one-man, just something that lets you adapt to the situation, because say there's a few signature skills like posterizer, the Gatorade one. Let's start with the Gatorade one. After the first quarter, it's pretty much over with. Like, that's a dead signature skill. And then posterizer, once you go under 80% of your stamina, that one is over with. So with a one-man army type signature skill, let's say I do equip Gatorade, but I also have that one-man army. So towards the fourth, if we're getting beat by like 20 to 30, I could just that's where that one comes to play. That could be I guess you sacrifice you sacrifice something just like on MW2, and then it comes to play. I can adapt. I can switch out the Gatorade since the first quarter is over. Then I slap on closer, and then I could bring my team to a victory.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of possibilities that they can do with the idea behind signature skills, and I think that with signature skills in general, they're pretty much perks for a basketball game, and so there's a lot of possibilities down the road. As we saw the progression in other games that use perks or use signature skills or whatever you want to call them. I think in Halo 4. I don't even know what they're called in Halo 4. Armor abilities, when you look at the progression over years, over time, you've seen a great variety. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some of these things taking place in future NBA 2K games. But we've gone about 15 minutes. You guys that are listening to this video, if you guys have some ideas, some suggestions, Gento's the man. He knows me, and I know several other people, and we can definitely reach out to the dev teams and, see what we can do,
Yes, sir. Make sure you leave those comments below. We're reading them all.
No doubt. So it's your boy Shake and Gento. Gento, say peace to the people, man. These are your people.
Well, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating. It helps out a lot. This is just the beginning of something beautiful. So like we said, leave those comments below. Let us know what you think. And hey, till next time.
It's your boy Shake. We'll holla at you dudes later.
Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Gento. What are you waiting for? Follow me on Twitter. There's no reason not to.